I'm Natalie Bradley, and if you're new here, I am a watercolor artist and I specialize in architecture. I usually do more like fine art style watercolors of special places like homes, wedding venues, churches, college campuses, you name it. I especially love historic venues. But I also carry a sketchbook around with me everywhere I go, and especially like when I travel, I love to document favorite little spots or cute places or anything that just catches my eye. And this is an example of one of those places that's kind of important to me. And every time I go there, I just kind of I want to paint it all over again. Like I've sketched this cute little cafe so many times it's not even funny. And it just doesn't get old, and I don't know why. It's probably because it's meaningful to me. So this little video, I've sped it up, of course. It's not in my normal style. This is more like an urban sketching style. Obviously, it's not in person. It's not like a plein air piece or urban sketching on location. Sometimes that just happens, and you've just got to give your permission to do whatever you can whenever you can. My daughter actually snapped this picture as we were leaving, and I was driving us to the mountains, and I decided to sketch it and paint it when I got back home. This shop is so special to me. It's Marti's at Midday, and it's a cafe restaurant, like meals to go. Like they'll have like freezer meals that you can purchase and prepare later, like pop them in the oven, like they're like totally ready to go for you. And then you can also buy like chicken salad, pimento cheese, things like that by the pound. Their pita chips also to die for, and they cater. So this is kind of like a personal connection to the place, but I was a wedding planner. If you know anything about me, for a long time, like 15 years in Athens, Georgia, where Marti's at Midday is located. And when I was a college student at the University of Georgia, I actually was a server for Marti. And we did a lot of catering, a lot of weddings, college events, and it was before she actually had this cafe location. She was working out of a church right down the street, and um, we were in the church's like catering kitchen. If I remember correctly, like I think that she actually traded rent. Like she didn't pay rent. She provided their Wednesday night suppers in exchange for rent. So it was a nice little setup, and it was a win-win for everybody. And then she moved into this location the same year, or very close to the same year, when I started my wedding planning company. In fact, I think she opened maybe a few minutes before I launched my wedding planning company. So I started in 2003, and when I kind of went out, I mean, I was only 23 years old, and I needed a part-time job while I was starting my business, and so I went back and I did some odd and end things for her, like wrapping gifts for Christmas and just catering with her as a server, and just helping out so I could make some money here and there while I was building up my business. And it just brings back great memories. But in 2020, Marti died, and it's just I miss her. Like we weren't like super close at that point. However, um, she made a huge impact on my life, and I owe a lot to her, and she knew that. So anyway, I think that that's probably, in addition to it being a super cute place, it just means a lot to me. So you can see that I just briefly sketched this cute little shop out, and I'm using my water brushes that I use when I travel. I've got my paint palette over to the left in this video that I filled, custom filled with my favorite paints. They're all different ones, mostly very pure pigments. Oh my gosh, I can't even remember the brand. I'll put it in the notes. And I don't know, it's such a happy little cottage. It's like a French provincial, like French country type decor. And I just love it. It makes me so happy. I believe it's her brother that's running it now, and they do a lot in Marty's memory, and they do a lot of advocacy for mental health, and they're just awesome. In addition to all those amazing things, my daughter, who's now at this time about to be 19 when I'm recording this video, she has severe, like life threatening nut allergies, like literally to every single nut. And so, chicken salad in the South, especially, I don't know about the rest of the world, but it's very hard to get chicken salad without nuts in it. And I love that Marty's chicken salad has zero nuts, and it's my favorite. It's delicious. It's a tarragon chicken salad that's out of this world. But they were just so amazing to me. I called and just making sure, sometimes restaurants and places change their policies over time. And I just called to make sure it was still going to be safe for my daughter to eat the chicken salad and pimento cheese and their pita chips and what's the other favorite? Luxembourg dressing, like we normally get on the way to the mountains. And they were just amazing. They took extra care to make sure that everything was totally safe. And I just highly recommend them, especially if you have allergies like that. You know what I'm talking about. It can be really difficult. I hope you love this happy little watercolor and you don't mind me sharing just a little bit of my personal story and attachment to this building. I highly recommend taking a sketchbook journal with you places. I try and sketch whenever, wherever I can along the way. It really does help you hone your skill. And I was told, a long time ago when I was just becoming an artist and, I didn't even start painting anything until my daughter was about a year old. I got this crazy desire to paint, and I had no idea what I was doing. I've never taken any classes except when I was like 10. I took one, and I just out of nowhere I was like, I want to paint, and I don't know why. And at the beginning, like, my art was so bad, but I shared it on Facebook and I did all the things, and I just grew along the way. I took a lot of classes with local artists in Athens when we were living there, and I also took a lot of classes online. But the one thing that really, I have to say, stuck with me, especially when I was like, I just can't figure out my own style, because I kept, taking classes and you're basically copying someone else's style when you're doing, their step-by-step instructions and learning, like, oh, this is how this works, this is how this works. And Kathy Coussard, I believe that's who it was that said to me, she just retired recently. She said, paint, draw every single day. And it really was life changing for me as an artist. And she was not wrong. I just painted everything. I drew everything. And turns out, like, I'm really good at drawing. Obviously, we all have issues, even if you're good with drawing, like on perspective. There's always challenges that come up. I still have issues with perspective sometimes. I mean, it just is part of it. Some days you just have good days with your work. Some days it sucks. So that's okay. But doing sketchbook work, practicing over and over and over again, gosh, it helps so much. And you really figure out things that you wouldn't otherwise. And it gives you, if you're have any perfectionist type tendencies like I do, I'm pretty type A, which is rare for a lot of artists, but I've got a lot of type A going on, and it's hard for me sometimes when I've got like my real watercolor paper out and I screw up something, like I get so mad. But if I have like a sketchbook type attitude and it's ugly, like, it's fine and I can move on and not flip out too much. So you might have just noticed I used some pen just now. I very rarely use pen at all. I'll do it with sketches sometimes. So I use like a black fine liner, and then this is a white gel pen to add some little pops here and there. This is hot press paper, and I'm not used to using hot press, and I'm getting used to it. And the watercolor doesn't lay the same on it, so I didn't leave enough like white space, and things just weren't laying quite right on the paper like I wanted it to. So anyway, I went back and I just kind of added that. I'll also include a final picture of what it looked like when it was all said and done. You'll see me kind of journal some things, and I just really, really encourage you to enjoy yourself, have some fun sketching, screw up, suck in your sketchbook. It's totally fine, and you don't have to show anybody if you're really embarrassed by it. Like, it's not a big deal. Nobody will know. Or you can be like me and share everything and be like totally unashamed when you do suck, and you just keep moving forward. It's worked for me somehow, and yeah, I just say go for it. Thank you for being here. I hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe, leave me a comment, tell me what kind of things you would like to see. I'm early and starting to share some videos, and I'm learning along the way, so I would love to hear what you'd like to see. If you want me to focus on some things, if you're familiar with my artwork and you want me to share some tips and tricks or anything at all, I'm here and I'm willing.